This is a question that I get very, very regularly. In fact, Hugo even emailed me today asking me this very question. When I roll a position, what should I do with my profit targets? Because things have changed, right? Now I've got more premium, I've brought in some credits, what have you. What should I do with my profit targets? So I thought, let's take, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 24 minutes, and let's talk this out and understand what we're up against. Because rolling and adjusting and management, this is something we do all the time, and this is a regular part of the Tasty Mechanics. Many of you guys and gals out there are doing this on a very regular basis. So I thought this would be a worthwhile way to invest some of our precious time here together today. So Josh, go ahead and bring us into the information. So once you roll a position, right, we are typically rolling for credit. So I'm going to assume that you've rolled for some type of premium collection, some type of credit. Yes, there are times when you could roll for a debit, but that's not typically going to be the status quo. That's not going to be the default setting. So let's just assume that you are rolling for some type of credit. All of a sudden now you've got more to work with. All of a sudden now, instead of having $1, you've got $1.30. Instead of having $2, now you've got $3 or what have you. How should you adjust your profit targets moving forward? Well, I think there are 3 options at your disposal. And I'm going to be very, very frank with you all, very Frankie Walsh with you all here today. My least favorite and my most favorite of the 3. Okay, so number 1, you could now target 50% of the total credits collected. Right? Because you're kind of thinking, okay, when I sell a vertical, when I do an iron condor, even if I do a short put, whatever, typically targeting around 50% of max profit. Now, of course, there are alternatives. There are other things you can consider in terms of overperforming where you thought you would be like 3 or 4 days in, you take it off early, whatever. Like that is certainly a viable way to, attack these strategies as well. But if we just go with our baseline default setting of 50% of max profit, I think that helps us kind of understand the different options that are available to us at our disposal. So number 1, I could go for 50% of my total credits collected. That includes like the entry credits and whatever I've picked up from the first roll, the first and second rolls, the first, second, and third rolls, and so on and so forth. Okay, just to make sure we're all on the same page. This is the most offensive tactic that you could apply. This is the most offensive approach that you could indeed deploy on this position because you are going for it, man. Like you are 100% going for it on that position. I'm going to say this is kind of the least common approach, and it certainly is my least favorite approach of the 3. And we'll talk about why that is the case here in just a couple of minutes, but just understand, this is an offensive tactic. And of course, my overachievers that are watching the show, you've already looked at the green box, and you know where we're going when all the dust settles here today. But the middle option, what if I just go for 50% over the original credit? So what if I just kind of stick with what I wanted to do from trade entry from the very beginning? And now I just have more credits to work with. I have more premium to kind of buffer against moves and improve break-even points and what have you. This is kind of a hybrid option that kind of has, some offensive elements and some defensive elements to it. And I think this is a good mixture between the two. I certainly like this approach more than the first approach, simply because the first approach is a little too Shooter McGavin for my liking when it comes to a position that you are rolling, you are defending, and things like that. So if you want to go for 50% of the original target, I think that is certainly a viable pathway forward through the forest. But lastly, and my most favorite option of the bunch, what if now I ratchet down my target to something in the neighborhood of a scratch? So maybe a small to modest win, maybe a small to modest loss, or something around a scratch. This is going to be the most defensive target of the bunch. And I would say this is the most common, and I would also say this is going to be the most appropriate for most times when you are rolling a position and you're trying to figure out how should I adjust my profit targets. This is certainly my favorite approach when it comes to I've adjusted a position, I've rolled it, now I've got to figure out what to do with all these extra credits. In my opinion, you ratchet everything down. In my opinion, you bring everything down to essentially its lowest common denominator. Like, I'm not going for a big win anymore. I'm not even going for 50% of max profit anymore. Usually, I would much prefer to just kind of tone everything down to something around a scratch. And here is the reason why. And this is what's in the green box. Remember, when we roll a position, right, that is a defensive maneuver. Like, nobody's rolling a position and they're happy about that roll. Like that's very, very seldom. Now, maybe from time to time, you're rolling at 21 days to go. You've got a little bit of a profit. You're kind of neutral about it. You're kind of like, okay, I'm more or less indifferent towards this roll. But nobody's usually super happy about rolling a position. You would much prefer to have already taken off that position. Like you would much prefer to have already, booked that winner, of course. So if I find myself in a position where I have to roll this trade forward to the next cycle or what have you, that's not necessarily, an offensive situation to be in. Like I'm not necessarily looking to push the ball down the field in that type of scenario. If I'm rolling a position, I'm trying to defend. If I'm rolling a position, I'm trying to like plug some leaks. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong and kind of, remedy the ailment of the position. So given that spirit, right? Given that intent of what it is I'm trying to accomplish and what's going on with the position to begin with, that needs to mirror and kind of map into, what you do with your profit targets. And so that's why going for something that's like 50% of the total credit, that's kind of a mismatch. Right, that's kind of squaring a circle in my opinion. You have this defensive situation you're in. You've rolled, which is a defensive maneuver, and now you're going to apply an offensive tactic on top of that. Doesn't usually make sense. The hybrid option can make some sense at various times. Like maybe I rolled at 21 days to go, and it wasn't necessarily a bad spot to be in, but I just wanted to roll to maybe reduce gamma risk or extend duration or just improve break evens, what have you. But it never got super dire, the situation. We're not talking about Oracle. We're not talking about, some of the doozies I've had in the last 8 to 12 months that you guys have been around for, of course. But if I'm in a situation where it is a losing trade, I'm in a situation where I am in kind of full, defense mode, this is where I'm going to ratchet everything down to something around a scratch and use your judgment. Like use your experience to determine, okay, do I think it's appropriate to maybe still go for a small winner, or do I think maybe scratch modest loser is going to be my best outcome when it comes to this specific position? So when it comes to my profit targets on a rolling or a rolled position, those are a few options to think about.